Hi, hello. So next, after Tinophora, Platyhelminthes. Let us see the features of the Platyhelminthes. So let us start the Platyhelminthes. So they are called as flatworms. Why they are called as flatworms? Because dorsi-ventrally, that means from top to bottom, they look like flat worms. Their body is flat, that's why they are called as flatworms generally. So flatworms, they have solid body plan. They have solid body plan because they are acoelomates. In the in the mesoderm, parenchyma is filled. Parenchyma cells are filled between the body wall and the gut. So the body is solid body plan. That means coelomic fluid and that protection for the visceral organs will not be there in the um, platyhelminthes because of this parenchyma. They are mostly endoparasites. That means they live inside the body of the animals. They are the parasitic animals mostly. Some may be free living animals. Some are free living. Most of them are parasitic animals. And germ layers, if you see, they are triploblastic animals. But even though they are triploblastic animals, they lack that coelom, right? Next, we'll see organ level. Platyhelminthes is the only phylum with organ level of organization. Previously, Nidaria and Ctenophora, they have tissue level of organization. Now, platyhelminthes have organ level of organization. Organs are there, but organ systems will not be there. So, symmetry is bilateral symmetry. All the organs will be arranged on the lateral sides. So, bilateral symmetry we can see. Body can be divided into two equal halves through one plane. And then cephalization. This is the first time you see this process, cephalization. That means you can see the head, formation of the head inside in these animals. So cephalization is seen here. You can see this animal has head like structure here. So this process of formation of the head is called as cephalization. You can see this is the gut, this is the ectoderm, and the parenchyma cells will be filled in this middle between the ectoderm and the endoderm. So this is called as solid boplan. Boplan nothing but body plan. So you can see here also ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. Mesoderm is parenchyma cells. So in the middle, digestive cavity. So platyhelminthes, they are acoelomates, as I said earlier. Acoelomates, they don't have coelom. Mesoderm is not forming the coelom cavity. And digestive digestive system, we call it as blind gut. We call it as blind gut because only mouth will be present, and this mouth will be useful both for ingestion and egestion. Absorption of the nutrients, they are mostly parasitic animals. See, this is the intestine of the humans, and these animals are mostly parasitic. They live in the intestine. Suppose they absorb the nutrients from their body surface. They absorb the nutrients. The our nutrients our nutrients will be absorbed by them. So these are harmful like that. And then they are mostly parasitic. We said these parasitic animals need some structures to hold. See here, to hold the tissue of the host. Those structures are, for example, in flukes. In flukes, suckers will be present, And in tapeworms, both hooks, you can see hooks here, hook like structures, both hooks and suckers will be present for attachment to the host tissues. So this is parasitic organisms will have suckers or hooks for attachment. And the next characters, excretion. About the excretion, we see excretory organs, protonephridia. Along with the protonephridia, they have flame cells. These flame cells and protonephridia, they are firstly primarily useful for osmoregulation. So regulation of the water and salts levels, like our kidneys, they function, and then secondarily they are useful in the excretion process also. You can see the flame cells and protonephridia here. So protonephridia, flame cells, and the opening in the body wall. This is the opening how the undigested food will be expelled out. So right, this is the flame bulbs. These are called as flame bulbs. Coordination. So for control and coordination of the organs in the body, they have cerebral ganglia. Ganglia are nothing but a group of nerve cells. A group of nerve cells act as ganglia, and then in these organisms it act as brain. This ganglia can be called as brain here. Cerebral ganglia constitute the brain, and then longitudinal nerve cords will be there. I will show you nerve cords. Nerve cords like wire. Nerves will be like wire. That's why they are called as nerve cords. Longitudinal nerve cords are joined by transverse commissures at regular intervals, giving a ladder-like appearance. So you can see here. You can see here. So ganglia, cerebral ganglia, you can see at the head region, and then nerve cords. You can see yellow color nerve cords here on the lateral sides, longitudinal nerve cords, and then commissures. These longitudinal nerve cords are connected by the commissures, nerve-like structures, and this is giving the what shape, ladder shape it is giving. Okay, that is what it is explained here with the picture. And then coming to reproduction process, asexual and sexual process, you can see because these are undeveloped animals, we can see regeneration capacity, a good regeneration capacity they have. Fragmentation, we can see asexual reproduction, fragment. That means if we cut the animal into pieces, then each piece can give rise to the lost body parts. That is called as fragmentation or regeneration capacity. Good regeneration capacity they have. And platyhelminthes, nematihelminthes, annelida, there also you can see up to some extent regeneration capacity. And then sexual reproduction, these animals are hermaphrodites, bisexual animals. Okay, they are monoecious, like previously also Ctenophora are the monoecious. And then internal fertilization take place in the body, the fusion of sperm and the egg take place, and the development is indirect development. Okay, here you can see the brain, cerebral ganglia, and longitudinal nerve cords like this, and then commissures connecting the longitudinal nerve, and this gives a um, what is that, ladder shape. Okay, you can see the testis, ovary, because it is a hermaphrodite. Ovary is present, and also testis is present. Oviducts, genital pores, penis for excreting the secreting the sperms out of the body, right? Coming to the examples, dugacia. Dugacia is the example, and it is a planarian. Fasciola, liver fluke. Schistoma, liver fluke. And then tinea, tapeworm. Tinea, it is tapeworm. Echinococcus, Dog tapeworm. This is the dog tapeworm, Echinococcus. This is Cystoma, Tinea, Tinea saginata, right? Echinococcus. I have gathered these pictures from the Google. Planaria, and then Monesia. These are the examples of platyhelminths. So these are the characteristics of platyhelminths. With the next phylum, we'll meet soon. Thank you. Revise these characters. Compare the characteristics among the different phylums, different animals. Then only with the comparison only we can learn and we can remember. You need not by heart any character of the any animals. So you have to compare how this was there in the previous. Okay, in the previous phyla, in the previous animals, how this system was there, how excretion was done, how digestion happened in the previous animals. Like that, if you compare them, no, you need not by heart them, right? So we will meet soon. Thank you.